Very good. More or less sat in unison. That's awesome. Pomp and Circumstance, one of my favorite songs. HS Band, thank you, Mr. D. You guys were awesome. Thank you very much. Before we begin, I'd like to invite Oscar, Lauren, Preston, Blaze, Sarah, and Aiden to the stage. Yes. Good evening. My name is Ian Smith, the principal here at Lebanon High School. On behalf of the class of 2026, I want to welcome friends, family, staff, and community members to our commencement ceremony. How about this weather? Awesome. A little warm, but we can handle it. We are fortunate yet again and more than grateful that we're able to hold this ceremony outdoors. It just doesn't work inside, so here we sit and we're all very happy about it. I want to start by thanking my fellow administrators, the faculty, and the staff. Your efforts are recognized and appreciated, so please know that. This has been a good school year. I say that every year, but this has been a good school year. There are always adjustments to be made and expectations to be met that change a bit every year. This group behind me is filled with good people who have done good things for others, and we think and believe will continue to do good work in the world moving forward. On graduation day, I feel it's important to mention the value of public schools and how they are places for all students to gather, to learn together, and feel safe. Public schools are reflections of our community, and it's no different here in Lebanon. It's a heterogeneous mix of interests and backgrounds that culminates in this celebration this evening, a powerful reminder that places like LHS that provide that common experience that brings so many people together at this time of year. We want our students to graduate and have the belief that good things are coming their way and that they have choices about what to do next, and the hope that their lives can be different if that's what they choose. We talked at awards night on Monday, and I asked them to be appreciative of the moment and be mindful that this is the last time their class will be together in this capacity, and to enjoy the week. Circumstances change. Some relationships are maintained. Others fall away and new ones develop. That's just how it works, here at LHS and everywhere else. The fact that we're here at this moment together for a final time is always an awesome thing and deserving of celebration every year that we do it. Class of 2026, this is your night. Congratulations, you deserve it. Well done. This year's MC was selected by his classmates, and I'm pleased to introduce Oscar Gullich.
I invite all of you to stand for the national anthem. This year, it will be performed by our very own saxophone trio with Lauren Maloney on the soprano, Preston Rayum on the tenor, and Blaze Yuan on alto sax. These three have been amazing people to play music with for the past 4 years and more, and they pushed the band to excellence and been role models for many in the band, including myself. Please. They need a second to get ready. I'm sorry I made you guys all stand up so early, but I guess I can speak more on all three of these people. Blaze, how much time do you guys need? Keep talking. Blaze, I've been to Mount Leb with, and in all the Lebanon school districts for must be over a decade. And he has just been an amazing musician all that time. In Mount Leb, I remember him playing the piano, and he was just tiny, just like me. And he's in front of everybody in our school, and he just plays the most beautiful thing, and I was blown away because the most impressive thing I could do is probably write my own name. So here we go. want to say anything? You guys good? Well, that national anthem is certainly better than my rendition of it from football season, for many of you those here that remember. Thank you, Lauren, Blaze, and Preston. At this time, I'd like to introduce the salutatorian of my class. I can tell you that for this individual, being salutatorian represents an intense curiosity for the world and the drive to pursue that curiosity endlessly. She has aspirations of getting a doctorate, and I don't think a single person doubts her ability to achieve that goal. It's my pleasure to introduce Sarah Smith.
Sorry to make you all stand again, but please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated. Thank you, Oscar, for that lovely introduction, and thank you, Lauren, Preston, and Blaze, for your beautiful performance. I'd also like to thank everyone who came here to support members of the class of 2026, as well as everyone who made this ceremony possible. Admin, faculty, these students, and so many more. They really are amazing. Thank you to the teachers, coworkers, family, coaches, and friends who have supported me and are here today. And a very special thank you to my closest friends, who are the reasons I'm able to be here today, as they have supported me for these past 4 years, physically and emotionally. Ella Danahy and Caroline Weber, thank you so much for being better friends than I ever could have asked for. Every laugh, tear, smile, and conversation I have shared with you two has been time well spent, and I wouldn't trade those moments for the world. Both of you have given me the confidence to continue with my dreams for the future as I move forward, and I hope we can all have that confidence as we go through life. For this past year, I have frequently thought about the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm sure many of you have also thought about it, probably forcibly from parents or counselors, but maybe with anxiety for the future as well. In kindergarten, when we were asked this question, answers could vary from pop star to president to princess, teacher, astronaut, or firefighter. The options were endless. I remember writing about wanting to be a veterinarian because I loved animals so much, but there was a problem. I also loved Taylor Swift. So in my mind, it was perfectly reasonable to compromise and be a vet on the weekdays and perform concerts on the weekends. We were all very passionate and confident and could imagine ourselves in any situation because anything was possible, even a vet pop star. However, often we would just wish to grow up. We would wish for the freedom to have a phone and be able to call your friends, to have a license and drive where you want to, maybe to hold the torch at the bonfire or walk the halls of this very high school. Anything to be old enough to live the lives we dreamed about. As time went on and as we entered the doors of the high school, the question changed. The approach became more realistic, and the answers were based on anything but imagination. What do you want to be when you grow up? Disguised other questions like, how much money do you want to make? Or how much time are you willing to sacrifice for your dreams? Or do you really think you're capable of that? Confidence, dreams, and passion morphed into self-doubt, creating an environment of bleak realism. The stress of high school and senior year especially becomes all-consuming. Society pushes us to define ourselves by so many things: our college, our major, our family, our job, our grades. But you are more than that. You are more than an occupation, a label, or a number, and I challenge you to approach life and your future not with what you want to be, but who you want to be. Who do I want to be when I grow up? When I ask myself this question, I don't first look at being a chemist or a microbiologist. I think about how I want to be someone who's dependable, curious, confident, loyal, and kind, not just someone with a cool or lucrative job. This question humanizes the life experience, defining us by more than what we do, because it's who we are. Today's intense focus on materialism has taken away from the true human experience of social interaction. As poet Maya Angelou put it, your legacy is every life you have touched. Years from now, it will not matter if you cannot write a solid WAP or A-push DBQ, or if you got a C on your acid-base chemistry test 2 years in a row, not from personal experience or anything, because the most powerful tool we have is the way we treat people or the lives we touch. And I have experienced more than my fair share of kindness from the people in this class. Anytime I've had a hard day, there has always been someone who can hug me. There are so many listening ears and people who have given me such wise advice here. I'm not worried about who anyone here is going to be when they grow up because they have already spread such large rays of positivity. So please don't worry yourselves with the specifics of the future. You have already made so many large strides. As long as you push and strive to be a better person every single day, life will treat you kindly. Because life isn't made of the money that you make or the major that you choose. Life is made of the compassion that you feel for others, the kindness that you show to others, and the knowledge that you glean from others. As Dr. Seuss wrote in one of my favorite books, Oh, the Places You'll Go, which is featured on my grad cap, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. We all have the freedom, the wit, the will, and the grit to become the people we want to be, and there are so many possible paths to take. Each path can be the right one if it's approached with a level of confidence, vulnerability, open-mindedness, and empathy. And I cannot wait to see who each of you become as you grow up. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Sarah. That's a tough act to follow, but I'll try. As Mr. Smith said, my name is Oscar Gulledge, and I'm your MC for tonight. Thank you to my classmates for giving me this honor. I have this time for the welcome address, but while I still have your attention, I'd like to quickly say what's really most important. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for endlessly helping me pursue my passions, and thank you to my two great older sisters and my incredible grandparents who came all the way from California and Texas. I love my family. They're right over there. Thank you guys very much. And of course, I will not leave out a huge thank you to all the people here, parents, grandparents, siblings, teachers, and friends. I can very confidently say on behalf of my entire class that you are appreciated for showing up and being here for us. It matters. So thank you. I had a bit of trouble finding what else I wanted to say today. I thought I could talk about how great the Dallas Cowboys are, and I'm still tempted to, but I'll save that. Or how it felt to win the 3v3 basketball tournament in back-to-back years with my teammates Nehemiah Billings and Caroline Weber, even though my job was just to pass the ball. But after some consideration, I realized these ideas don't work out. So I asked a lot of people what they would say. I asked teachers, I asked my substitute teachers, I asked my friends, coaches, my sisters, eventually my parents, and eventually even people I've never really talked to before. And through all those conversations, I found that other than a few strange outliers, everyone mentioned either community or opportunity. And I think that's telling of what we got going here in Lebanon. That for the wide variety of people I spoke to, their first response was to mention how we care for each other or how we can grow here. I can take my own experience for proof of the community aspect. Like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan. By all laws, I should be outcasted. But in fact, one of my oldest friends is a diehard Eagles fan. You know who you are, Kevin. I don't know where he is. It definitely wasn't perfect. It's high school. But I think people tried their best to treat each other without bias and to give the benefit of the doubt. And through that, we made some amazing connections. I believe some of the best interactions I had were with peers I didn't have much in common with, because I knew that they would provide unique perspectives and that they'd always be welcoming despite us not knowing each other well. So I think our elementary school teachers taught us the golden rule pretty well. Thank you, Mount Leb. Now, those are the Mount Leb kids. Now, in terms of the opportunity that Lebanon has given us, I want to highlight the many ways our school has helped us experience new things. My classmates and I have all swung from the tall trees just over there for our teen roles class. And many have engaged in pottery, woodworking, or even plane building. And I saw just a week ago the majority of my peers here dancing and singing on stage for the Shakespeare plays. I would never have expected that from some of them, especially Alex Biggie Eastman. But they all did an incredible job. What other time will we have to do something like that? These experiences might have unlocked some passion that we follow into our lives, but if not, at least we're given a memory that will broaden our view of the world. LHS has done a great job giving us these chances to grow. And after all that reflection and all that talk about our school and what we've had here, I decided the best thing I could say at this podium is just thank you. It's quick. I could have done it sooner. It boils down to a couple sentences. Thank you to all my classmates for making this community so amazing and worth being around. And thank you, teachers and loved ones, for leading us to unique opportunities and encouraging us to do our best. Thank you, guys. Denver. Now let's get on with graduation. I need to go get my trumpet ready, so I'm going to turn my MC responsibilities to my friend Aiden Chilton. Thank you all for listening again, and thank you for showing up.
Thank you, Oscar, for sharing your MC responsibilities with me tonight. Good evening, everyone. Seniors in this ensemble include Oscar Golage, Caitlin Hastings, Lauren Maloney, Helena Mielkars, Minji Mohikans, Christina Nee, Preston Rayum, Abigail Tremblay, and Blaise Yon. The concert band has had a fantastic year. Students have worked hard since September to perform at homecoming weekend, basketball and hockey games, and our formal concerts throughout the year. Other highlights include students successfully auditioning into the New Hampshire All-State Festivals, continuing our history of stellar large group performances, and collaborating with other area schools for our Tri-Town Jazz Night. None of this would be possible without the seniors and other leaders in this ensemble. Stepping up to encourage, guide, and lead. We thank all 9 seniors for their dedication and commitment to making this band great. This year, the band will be playing a piece called Ayo by Kataj Copley. While often used as a greeting, the word Ayo has taken on a larger meaning and become almost a term of endearment in different cultures and groups around the globe. You can use it to tell when something is right or wrong, or when something is awesome, or simply too sweet for words. This band is going to play rooted in hip-hop and jazz, and it will take you on a journey of building, breaking, reformation, and importantly for today, celebration. So I'll hand it over to the band. This was the last performance of the band, but Mr. D hopes that you continue to make music and perform long after your time at LHS. Sanvi and Peyton, could you please join us? All right. And just extra thank you to Mr. D for the time and effort that he puts into the band in preparing these performances for us.
Thank you, Aiden. Okay, sorry. Before I introduce the valedictorian, I'd like to just quickly talk about the band. We have an incredible director, Mr. D, whose endless ambition and drive for achievement has taught those of us in the band to not just be better musicians, but better students and somehow even better athletes. I've gotten to know and learn from some really amazing people. So thank you to Mr. D and all my bandmates here. Now, thank you. Now I have the pleasure of introducing the valedictorian of the class of 2026. She is known for her kindness, her generosity, her consistent hard work, her willingness to help others. She is involved in many activities and has been on the LHS Council for all 4 years. I'd like to congratulate her on this tremendous accomplishment, as well as her plan to attend Columbia University in the fall, although she's too humble to say anything other than, I'll be going to school in New York. I'm honored to introduce Sanvi Brahme.
Thank you, Oscar, for that kind introduction. Good evening, teachers, families, and the class of 2026. I know you're excited to celebrate, so I promise to make this quick. We've come a long way. I remember how we'd refresh the snow day calculator, hoping for a day off from school, but now it's hard to not wish that we had a little bit more time together. I would like to begin with some thank yous. First, thank you to all those who made today possible. To our teachers, thank you for your encouragement and commitment toward our success, especially when we wanted to give up or tried to convince you that our dog really did eat our homework. Mr. Connell, Mr. Tejan, Mrs. Bennett, and Mrs. Pollard, thank you for inspiring me every day. To our families, thank you for your endless support and for trying not to question our decisions when we submitted assignments minutes before the deadline. A special thanks to my sister for teaching me chemistry, though not so patiently, the night before a final. And to my parents, thank you for believing in me more than I believed in myself. Lastly, thank you to my friends, all of you sitting here today, for making high school a welcoming and exciting community that I am so proud to soon be an alumnus of. Before I spend all evening thanking people, which I honestly could, given that there are so many people I'm grateful for, I should probably get to the rest of the speech. I've been told way too often, even when writing the speech, to think outside the box. It's one of those inspirational phrases that's frequently referenced, but to be honest, what does it even mean? And how do we do it? Before we can think outside the box, we need to define what the box is. To me, the box represents our current perspective of the world, shaped by our families, friends, teachers, and communities. As kids, we quickly absorb those perspectives. If our friends thought something was cool, we thought it was cool too. This explains some of the random trends that took over middle school, like slime making or dabbing at every exciting moment. I don't think inheriting others' perspectives is a bad thing. In fact, it's foundational, giving us our first understanding of the world. However, at some point, we must form our own perspectives and step outside the comfort of our box. And this lesson is particularly important as we venture into a new era of our lives. In the wise words of the man in the yellow hat from Curious George, anyone can memorize facts and figures. The real way to learn anything is to go out and experience it, and let your curiosity lead you. As a child, it was funny to see a monkey chaotically explore the world, but looking back, I realized that it was his curiosity that inspired him to search for new experiences and step outside his box. So curiosity encourages us to explore new things, shaping our perspectives and helping us step outside our box. I learned this lesson in high school. After hearing my friends talk about the French club's crepe making competition, I was curious. Actually, I was mostly hungry, so I found myself tagging along despite the only French word I knew being crepe. I can now proudly say that I learned some French beyond the word crepe, made new friends, and discovered my passion for French cuisine. Okay, on a serious note, I was able to try things out for myself and discover a passion I wouldn't have if I hadn't stepped outside my box. So be curious enough to pursue something unfamiliar. By simply showing up and trying, you open yourself up to possibilities you never knew existed. I'm sure many of you will relate to claiming something could never be you, but then realizing you deeply enjoy it. For example, watching my sister go through a science degree, I thought that could never be me. But after some healthy peer pressure, I decided to try Science Olympiad and ended up loving it. I think every one of us has our own version of that story. A class we almost didn't take, or a club we almost didn't join. And sometimes all we need is a little bit of encouragement to turn our curiosity into action. This brings to mind some of my talented friends and the class of 2026. Like convincing Sarah Jude to join the math team, and though she hadn't considered joining before, she was integral to the team. And Jaskrit deciding to run longer distances in track after her coach's encouragement, and is one of the best on the team now. I think we can all agree that Jacob, Peyton, and everyone else that participated in the Shakespeare plays, especially those that never acted before, thought they were just earning a grade. But they accidentally discovered that they were amazing actors. And all of this wouldn't have been possible without the incredibly supportive members of the class of 2026. Over the past 4 years, I have witnessed you cheer each other on and push one another to grow. I have no doubt you will continue to be the encouragement someone needs to take that first step. As an 18-year-old, I'm not going to tell you to take my advice. In fact, I think that would not only go against everything I said about forming your own perspective, but also, why trust an 18-year-old, right? Instead, I encourage you to take what I've said and add it to the thousands of perspectives you will encounter in life. So finally, I would like to end by saying, perhaps thinking outside the box has a deeper meaning than simply being creative. It means harnessing our curiosity, our inner curious George, to see the world in new ways and try new things. Thinking outside the box begins with curiosity, sometimes requires a little encouragement, and propels us towards passions and perspectives we would have never discovered otherwise. Therefore, I urge you to remain endlessly curious and think outside the box. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026.
I want to thank Sonvi for her speech, and you can tell why her Science Olympiad peers voted her most likely to win a Nobel Prize. I'd now like to invite Peyton Rutherford to introduce the class speaker.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the privilege of introducing our commencement speaker. This faculty member is respected and loved throughout the school, and especially within the class of 2026. This teacher has touched many of our hearts throughout these past 4 years. While I was not one of the lucky students to have him in CIE freshman year, I had the pleasure of both being taught by him in A-Push and having him as an assistant coach on the Nordic ski team. Mr. Connell received his undergraduate from Skidmore and his master's from Harvard, and is now married to Allison, who he shares a lovely daughter with, Vivian. Mr. Connell is such a calm and safe presence, fostering the perfect environment not only for education, but also for personal development. Something that I truly admire about this man is his ability to articulate. There is never a disconnect, whether it's in a lesson, lecture, or simply a conversation. Last year, he took our AP US history class to New York, a trip that was methodically planned, delving into the history and culture of both upstate New York and the city. But this trip easily could have been a dud. It could have been categorized by the rain and arduous drives, yet I think every single student has a positive outlook on this little excursion. This is because van rides were filled with laughter and debate like Kiss, Marry, Kill, Cotopaxi, Patagonia, and Arc'teryx. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Connell, but I believe the consensus was marry Patagonia, kiss Cotopaxi, and kill Arc'teryx. And the remaining experiences were so bright they cannot be overshadowed by rain. Teachers like him are what will keep future generations afloat. He doesn't simply just teach as a job, but as a way to give back. This is very apparent in the dedication he puts into each and every student's learning. Myself and my fellow peers that have been influenced by Mr. Connell, I ask you to spread his wisdom and convictions because I know it will make the world a better place. On behalf of all of us, thank you for being such an essential part to our journey. It is both my honor and privilege to introduce someone who means so much to us, our 2026 commencement speaker, Will Connell.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to speak to you today. Peyton, thank you for that introduction. My dear graduates, today is a day of celebration. We, your teachers, school leaders, coaches, friends, and family have gathered here with great pomp and circumstance, in great solemnity and joy, to celebrate something. And do you know what that is? It is you. We have come here today to clap and to cry because we love you, and we love you just the way you are. But here's my fear. As I look at you now, you sit on the cusp of life, eager to leap into the bright future that awaits you just off this stage. And because you are focused on your future, and because you are human beings living in the 21st century, my fear is that you find it hard to hear what I just said a moment ago, that you are just right, just the way you are right now, that you are loved exactly because of who you already are. You find it uncomfortable to consider your own perfection. Tell me, Mr. Connell, you say instead, not about who I am right now. Tell me about this bright future. Tell me how to get there. Tell me about how one day I will have accomplished all my goals and shed these troublesome imperfections. Show me who I will be once I prove myself worthy of all the love my family is showering upon me today. Tell me how one day I will have become the person I want to be. Tell me, Mr. Connell, about the moment in the future when I will look at myself in the mirror and smile. I'm sorry, my dear graduates, but on this occasion called commencement, which is another word for beginning, I'm not going to talk to you about your future. You are already enough. Thoughtful people who study and comment on this cultural moment, on the times in which we live, have indicated that many of us suffer from poor mental health. Even if we are well enough to perform ably in our various vocations and avocations, even if we are able to fulfill our various and demanding responsibilities, and even if indeed we are able to excel in specific and admirable ways, many of us feel more anxious, angry, ashamed, overwhelmed, or melancholy than perhaps we once did. Why then do we feel this way? I think that it is instructive to consider the contents of our inner thoughts. I think that if you cut a tape of the last 2 minutes of many of our most recent ruminations, they would be filled with doubts about the future and self-criticism for past words and actions. If you are anything like me, your inner voice often sounds like this. What was I thinking? How could I have been so thoughtless? Why can't I find the motivation? Why do I look so tired? Why can't I be more like so-and-so? Why can't I have what they have? Where will I find? How could I? When? As you notice from this sample, comparison is often the driver of our self-criticism, and this habit makes us feel lesser. The stakes are high if this pattern persists, because when we harbor feelings of low self-worth, we are more apt to let ourselves down. Mistakes are a human reality, but if we hold ourselves in low esteem, we are more likely to consider ourselves a lost cause. And so there is less to lose if we lash out or grope selfishly for more than our share. While many of us suffer inwardly because of such negative thinking, it is important to note there are some who tend to broadcast their strengths, not their weaknesses, to anyone passing nearby. But we remember, however, that such boastful behavior often reveals that the person in question deep down is more troubled by feelings of low self-worth than most. Human beings have been comparing ourselves to one another for thousands of years, but the digital age presents more platforms for such comparison than we can currently manage. Furthermore, there is a thumb on the scale. What we see on our screens is not real. No wonder we feel as though we are always coming up short. As our finger slides along the glass, the words we hear reflected back are as crystal clear as the surface of our phones. By comparison to what we see there on our screens, brilliant scenes of beautiful people set against a pulsing soundtrack, our lives look positively ordinary. And so the voice rolls on. I would give anything to be. I would give anything to have. I am not as clever, not as attractive, not as rich. If I could only get, if only I wasn't so, just wait till I. In the 14th century, Hafez, the Persian poet, said, "The words you speak become the house you live in." The words you speak become the house you live in. So what are we to do? How can we bring peace to this embattled house? How can we put a stop to this age-old civil war raging in our heads? Lay down your sword and shield, the grandmother says in the novel Beloved. She has lived a hard life, and she sees her daughter living an even harder one, beset as she is by evils even more sinister than the ones I speak of today. Lay down your sword and shield. This is not a battle, she continues, it's a rout. The truth is, we have no chance against these voices, these demons of our own imagination, if they remain unchallenged in our heads. We have to stop. We have to identify them for what they are. Only then can we let them go. Only then can we replace them with new words. Not long after this scene, the author, Toni Morrison, has the grandmother retire to her bedroom for the rest of her days to contemplate color. She takes one at a time. She starts with blue. It is time to lay down your sword and shield, my dear graduates. You have to pause long enough to really listen. And then sitting in a quiet spot away from the battlefield, I hope you can hear these wise voices that point the way. Their wisdom will help you find new words. In The Art of Living, published in 2017, the late Vietnamese Zen monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, all the things we think we've got to find on the outside are already there inside us. There is no essence of the ordinary we have to destroy. We already are what we want to become. For Rumi, the Sufi mystic, writing in the 13th century, it goes like this: your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. In Tattoos on the Heart, Father Gregory Boyle, a Jesuit priest, notes that Jesus says, "You are the light of the world." Father Greg elaborates, "You are the light of the world. It is the truth of who you are, waiting only for you to discover it. So for God's sake, don't move. No need to contort yourself to be anything other than who you are." And for Alice Walker, writing in 2006, it's simply this: we are the ones we have been waiting for. The reason, my dear graduates, that I am not speaking to you today about your future is because I know it can't be the one you hope for unless you find acceptance for who you are right now. These teachers reveal a simple logic. If the present is flawed, and it is only in the future that we will be perfected, and yet if time advances as inexorably as it surely will, and this pattern only continues, then we may never actually arrive at our destination. We will never get to embody this ideal self. If we are not careful, it will remain always a thing of our dreams. And so today I ask you to wake up. I ask you to find new words. I ask that you remove from your eyes the filters of comparison and self-reproach imposed by a culture that is not wholly well, that you replace inner voices of self-criticism with those of self-love, that right now, today, you find a mirror, look into it, see yourself, and smile. My dear graduates, when you leave this stage, you will indeed step into a bright future. But it is bright and beautiful because it is filled with a beautiful you. And so I'm going to say it again, and you're going to hear me this time. We have come here today to clap and to cry because we love you, and we love you just the way you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Connell. It's time to bring Aiden Chilton back up for the next introduction.
The Spirit of LHS Award is a tradition that began a few years ago. Due to the generosity of the community, many awards were given last Monday night, and a commemorative program will be available at the end of today's ceremony. However, one award has been singled out to be given today, and this is a special recognition for both the presenter and the recipient. Now I have the honor and privilege to introduce all of you to Mr. Anakis. Mr. Anakis earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Maryland College Park, and then went to receive his master's degree from Johns Hopkins University. Mr. Anakis started working at Lebanon High School in the year 2000, and he is one of the longest tenured teachers here at Lebanon High School. Now you may know Mr. Anakis is an applied science, physics, and engineering teacher, and although that is his primary jobs, his contributions to the school go way beyond that. Some may not know this, but he is also head of the science department, summer school principal, an occasional bus driver. He runs the clock for the basketball games. He's the voice of the Lebanon Raiders football team, former head coach of the rock climbing team, and he is currently the head coach of both the alpine ski team and the bass fishing team. Last year, he helped to lead the Raiders bass fishing team to a finals appearance and was able to secure a new banner for the gym as they placed second in the state finals. He has, yeah. He has also brought a championship to the school in 2002 for alpine skiing. I have been lucky enough to have had Mr. Anakis as a teacher for the past 2 years. He was my applied science teacher last year and engineering's honors teacher this year. There never seems to be a dull moment in Mr. Anakis' classroom. Maybe it's due to the interesting projects he has us do, such as last year when we built working trebuchets that were able to launch pumpkins over 150 feet. You would be shocked by the demonstrations he gives during class, literally. To demonstrate the flow of electricity, Mr. Anakis had the engineering class all hold hands in a line. One person had their hand on a Van de Graaff. For those who do not know, that's a machine that generates high voltage static electricity. The job of the other person on the other end was to grab the sink faucet. When the person on the end grabs a sink faucet, it causes everyone holding hands to get electrocuted. Let me tell you, if you were tired before that demonstration, I know for a fact you were wide awake right after it. But this goes to show the type of classroom Mr. Anakis runs. He works to make it a fun, interactive, and hands-on way of learning. As you can probably tell by my spiel, Mr. Anakis has been a vital teacher, member, and coach of LHS for the past 26 years. He has positively impacted this school, both in and out of the classroom. It is only right that he presents this award, as he's a great representation of what it means to be a Raider, and he exemplifies the values that come along with it. So as Mr. Anakis would say, I'm done yakking, let's get cracking. Would you all please help me welcome and show our gratitude to Mr. Mike Anakis.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Aiden. That was very kind and much appreciated. You know, Aiden, now all the parents are thinking, I send my kids to school and they get electrocuted. Some of them, yes. As Aiden said, I've been here a long time, and in that time at Monday's award ceremony, if you weren't there, Aiden won an award of a custom-fitted, high-vis, full-on firefighter helmet, and that's the most boss award I've ever seen at that ceremony in 26 years. As Brad tried to teach me today, that was some Max Aura bro. All right, now on to the award that I have the honor of presenting. Here it is. The Spirit of LHS Award is presented to a senior who most exemplifies the values and principles of Lebanon High School. The staff votes on this selection, beginning with the entire class, then the top 25 vote getters, and in the third round, the pool is reduced to 10 students. Of the top 10, this student received the highest number of votes from the faculty. The newest recipient's name will be added to a plaque in the LHS office along with previous winners: Raphael Harriman, Rachel Grobrugge, Marcus Roper, Hannah Falcone, Mason Adams, Sally Rainey, Braden Falzerano, Sean Miller, Sydney DeShane, and Tori Palis. The 2026 recipient is Oscar Gullidge. Come on up. You got to come up, I think. I couldn't find a flag earlier. Oscar's a strong member of our community and demonstrates respect and value for diversity. All right, Lebanon High School has been a better place because of you, Oscar, and because you have been a part of it. So please accept your Spirit of LHS Award. Thank you. Good job.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep this here. Thank you very much, Mr. Anicus. I wasn't expecting that. That's very kind. I would now like to invite the LHS choir to come to the platform. You guys, yeah, okay. So please welcome the Lebanon High School choir. In addition to their, thank you. In addition to their amazing concerts, Superlatives and Choir have had many singing opportunities this year, including the All New England Choral Festival in November, and were asked to perform at next year's festival. They participated in the NHMEA Large Group Festival at Bow High School, earning a score of 3 out of 4. I'm gone. They participated in a vocal masterclass with Harmony Markey of Plymouth State University, and 4 vocalists were accepted to participate in the NHMEA All-State Festival, including senior Abby Tremblay, who was selected to sing a solo both at All-State and later during the ceremony. Of special note, all singing seniors participated in at least one Wet Paint Players and or North Country Community Theater performance this year as an actor or tech. They're a busy group of people. The seniors include Josh Garcia, Zane Halstead, Oliver Hermanson, Gabriel Herring, Graham Kelly, Helena Mielkars, Henry Swan, Abigail Tremblay, Blaze Yuan. Today they'll perform You'll Never Walk Alone by Rodgers and Hammerstein, arranged by Mac Huff. The choirs perform here for the first time under the direction of Miss Aragides, who is new to LHS this year, and we are glad to have her as part of the faculty. The choir is accompanied by David Chaves on the piano.
With
Thank you, Ms. Argydes, Mr. Chaves, and our incredibly talented singers. Congratulations, seniors, on your last performance of the LHS Choir.
At this time, I would like to introduce Lil Mon, Chair of the Lebanon School Board, and Amy Allen, our Superintendent of Schools.
Good evening, graduates, families, staff, school board, and community members. My name is Amy Allen, and I am your superintendent. Most graduation speeches begin with a quote of a famous person. I spent some time looking for that perfect quote, even tried ChatGPT. It was blocked. But then I remembered something I learned during my years in education. Some of the wisest things I've ever heard didn't come from famous people. They came from students. A few days ago, I was visiting a classroom at Mount Leb and asked a first grader what they wanted to be when they grew up. Without hesitation, the student said, "I don't know yet, but I want to be happy." At first, I thought it was a funny answer. Then I realized it might have been the smartest answer in the room. Because somewhere along the way, adults start asking questions like, what college are you going to? What career are you choosing? What is your 5-year plan? And yes, those are all fine questions. But the deeper question is, what kind of life are you trying to build? Tonight, as you sit here in your cap and gowns, many people will celebrate what you have accomplished, and they should. You have earned it. You've completed many assignments that you didn't think you could finish. You survived group projects where one person mysteriously disappeared until the presentation day. You navigated exams, athletics, performances, friendship, social media, and those inevitable moments when you thought everything was falling apart, only to discover a week later that it wasn't. And yet, here you are tonight. I suspect many of you feel a mixture of excitement and uncertainty. That's normal. In fact, I'd be a little concerned if you had everything figured out. One of my most favorite memories of my father was when we would wake up early during big snowstorms to go plow our neighbors' and family's yard. I remember one snowstorm where the snow was falling fast and furious, and we could barely see what was ahead of us. Things haven't changed much for me as the superintendent. Back then, I was hoping for a snow day too. I was getting a little nervous, and I asked my father, "How do you know where to go if you can't see the whole path that we need to clear?" He smiled and said, "You don't need to see the whole path. You only need to see the next few feet." I think that's one of the most important life's lessons. We live in a world that constantly pressures young people to have all the answers immediately. Pick a major, choose a career, know your purpose, map your future, but life doesn't work that way. Most successful people do not follow a perfectly straight path. They took the next step, then the next one. And when things didn't go according to plan, which they often do, they just adjusted. Some of the opportunities that will shape your life haven't even been invented yet. Some of the people who will change your life are people you haven't met yet. Some of your greatest accomplishments will come from risks you haven't taken yet. You don't need to know your entire journey tonight. You just need that courage to take the next step. Now, before I continue, let's acknowledge something. This graduating class has lived through a truly unique time. You grew up in a world where your childhood photos are probably stored in the cloud somewhere. You somehow managed to communicate almost entirely through emojis, GIFs or GIFs, and videos that last less than 20 seconds. And despite all this technology around you, the things that matter haven't changed. People still need kindness. They need courage. People still need hope. People still need leaders. And leadership is not about titles. It is not about being that loudest person in the room. Leadership is choosing integrity when no one is watching. Leadership is lifting someone up when they are struggling. Leadership is being able to say, "I was wrong." Leadership is also standing for what's right, even when it's unpopular. And yes, I've seen these qualities in this class. I've seen these students, younger, mentor children. I've seen them perform on stage, win state titles with excitement, lose very hard games with grace, build airplanes, volunteer in our community, advocate for changes in policy, and support one another during difficult moments. Yes, I've seen greatness. Not the kind of greatness measured by awards or rankings, the kind that's measured by character. In this district, we talk about our vision of a learner. We talk about communication, collaboration, creativity, resilience, and citizenship. Those aren't just school words, those are life words. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't simply need people who are smart. The world needs more people who care, people who can solve problems, people who build bridges, people who make their communities better. People like you. Class of 2026, there will be moments when life doesn't go according to your plan. There will be setbacks. There will be disappointments. There will be moments when the road feels unclear. When those moments come, remember this. You have already overcome challenges you once thought were impossible. You are stronger than you realize. You are more capable than you know. And you don't need to have your entire future figured out tonight. Just keep taking the next step, having that next conversation, embracing the next opportunity, the next act of kindness, because those small steps have a remarkable way of becoming extraordinary journeys. Graduates, your families, teachers, and community are incredibly proud of you. We are excited to see where life takes you. More importantly, we're excited to see the difference that you will make. Congratulations, class of 2026. Be brave, be kind, be curious, but most importantly, be yourself. Thank you and congratulations.
As principal of Lebanon High School, I certify that the students assembled here have met all the requirements of the state of New Hampshire and the Lebanon School District to be issued a fully accredited high school diploma. The graduates await your action.
Graduates of the class of 2026, on behalf of the Lebanon School Board, I want to say briefly how happy we are to be celebrating this accomplishment with you. We are so proud of your achievements, as well as your perseverance, growth, and character. Each of you has contributed to the strength and spirit of our school community in unique ways. We know that you will take all the lessons you have learned, the relationships you have built, and the confidence you have gained at LHS with you into the future, and we wish you success in all that you do. Principal Smith, as a representative of the school board, I accept your recommendation that these students be issued high school diplomas. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
And now we will begin the process of awarding diplomas.
It is my distinct honor to introduce the individuals of the class of 2026. First in her class, Sanvi Brahmi.
Second in the class?
Oscar K. Gullidge. Aiden Christopher Chilton. Christina Nee. Caitlin Josie Hastings. Abigail L. Tremblay. Blaze C. Yuan. Lauren Maloney. Minji Sheila Marie Moikins. Graham Kelly. Josh Garcia. Zane O. Halstead. Henry Russell Swan. Oliver Robert Hermanson. Gabriel Herring. Caleb Rylan Audette. Cameron Audette. Kenneth Wood.
I was a little mangled. Fine.
Jason Sean Wood. Preston D. Raum. Okay. She coming? You coming? Zadie Duchesne. Helena Beverly Mealcars. Anna Mae Charlie Hayward. Taylor A. Ferris. Audrey Cody. Reese M. Chapman. Andy Joseph Lindquist. Brooke A. Walker. Maisie J. Engels. Georgia Gaffney. Mariana Christine Ewell. Annalise Hanna. Alex Boardman. Jacob Mon. Parker Arrington. Cole Edwin Ashline. Vincent J.S. Seitz. Tyler Ranney. Nehemiah Ilios Billings. Angelo Goodwin. Nicholas Pace. Grace A. Clancy. Lillian Page Adams Cootermarsh. Jenna Hicks. Alexis May Pierce. Kaylin L. Rappaport. Alyssa L. Warner. Caleb B. Charbonneau. Mina George Antonius. Ben Dorenzo. Anella Jean Marsh. Audrey Stephanie Newton. Abigail Elizabeth Ock. Peyton Ella Breedlove. Olivia Jean Mosley. Gabriella Catry Mayhew. Isabel Jane Caffrey. Savannah Margaret Therault. Madeline Marjorie Shores. Lydia Louise Hamilton. Hannah Maria Oliveira. Amelia Reese Gallagher. Lillian Sage Estes. Mirabella Day Orlin. Harper Marietta Rancourt. Eden E. Ames. Caroline Ruth Weber. Ryder J. Descharnes. Hunter Andrew Heath. Lydia Carolyn Williams. Kyla Jane Avery. Jacob D. Cloutier. Congratulations. Keston Huff Avery. Avery J. Raymond. Owen Hoy. Okay, we're going.
That one around.
Yep, there's another one. Sarah Mabel Smith. Sarah Foreman.
Yes, Sarah!
Peyton Rutherford. Dylan Moore. Evan Thibodeau.
Dennis.
Benjamin M. Bennis. Isaac Perry. Noah J. LaHaye. Sarah Judah. Jaskarit Kaur. Jonathan T. Cooper. Augie Church Cole.
Dozier.
Christopher Aiden Dozier. Chrisley Mason. Patrick Alvin O'Neill. Dylan Patrick Clark. Eating Tan. Chase Andrew Banker. Charlotte Blue Edmond. Aiden J. Henderson. Rourke Alexander Wheelock. Giovanni Colon.
Congratulations.
Scott M. Hatch. Lodi J. Schultz. Joseph Romero. Reagan DiDomenico. Ava Kerker. Amy Dixon Vistal. Ella Kennedy Reichert. Caitlin Ty.
What's going on over there?
Zachary R. Caver. Jacob Gerard Calortiz Elvira. Esther Wilmot. Nung Nguyen. Kaylee Safira Cross. Kaylee Alexis Brown.
I love that it's Abby Road.
Abby Rode Hansen.
Why?
Danielle Y. Martin. Clara Morgan Grace. Madeline Mary Sandville. June Nicholson. Lacey Dawn Whitcomb.
Alice Vidu.
Madison Dallas Vidu. Ryan Isabel Estes. Will H. Healy III.
Hey, you want to keep the T just Ryan Lundgren? All right, there you go.
Ryan Lundrigan.
Well, you can whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Christopher C.J. Gogan. Colby Cody Fratzel. Taylor Marie Lau. Emily Bryant Braley. Jaden Robb.
Congratulations.
Jack Hebert. Logan Cash Anderson Mason. I'm not going to say Biggie. Alex D. Eastman. Alexander David Koff.
What do you say, Gladwin?
Kevin Bradley Harkins. Solon O'Connor. Gavin Lupus. Zayden J. Daniels. Richard W. Cross. Riley Berry. Mizar Baralis.
Yeah, I lost that a while ago.
James Murphy. Clayton Godfrey. James H. Strout. Benton Smith. George Sanchez. Hamza S. Akram. Kieran Samuel Lord. Miles Saunders. Abe Pearson. Benjamin Midori. Aiden Matthew Kroll. Trayton Leo Slarv.
Well, I believe Bonnie was supposed to say, right, Bonnie? It is my distinct honor to introduce the individuals in the Lebanon High School class of 2026. Oh, did she? I guess not only can I not see, I can't hear either, so I apologize, Bonnie, but hey, celebrating them twice is the right thing to do. I would like to invite Abigail, Oscar, and Sarah to come to the platform.
It's now my honor to introduce Abigail Tremblay. It's been an honor to play music with them in the band for the past 4 years, and tonight they'll be singing Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self by Leve and self-accompanying on guitar. As you'll hear soon, Abby can sing and play guitar amazingly, but they can also play 4 different kinds of saxophone. And Abby's not just a musician, they've been part of more extracurriculars, productions, and clubs than anyone can keep count of, while consistently being one of the nicest people I've ever met. Once again, here's Abigail Tremblay.
Thank you. Don't you worry about your curly hair, clothes that don't quite fit you anywhere. Voices echo in the gym, another girl's had her first kiss. Please don't think too much of it, darling. I'm so sorry that they pick you last. Try to say your foreign name and laugh. I know that you feel loud, so different from the crowd of big blue eyes and long blonde hair and boys that stare, but baby, know that you'll grow up and grow so tough and charm them. Write your story, fall in love a little too. The things you thought you'd never do. I wish I could go back and give her a squeeze, myself at 13, and just let her know that she's beautiful. Keep on going with your silly dreams. Life is prettier than it may seem. One day you'll be on stage, little girls will scream your name. The days of tears and failure, fears, and no one cares will all make sense, 'cause you'll grow up and grow so confident and write your story, fall in love a little too. The things you thought you'd never do. I wish I could go back and give her a squeeze, myself at 13, and just let her know that she's beautiful. I've been invited to say stuff, which is exciting. I have loved music since I was a little girl, and it is so special for me that my class selected me to do this, and that I've had the honor of participating in not just music, but art and theater and even sometimes math at LHS. And that song is so special to me because it covers everything up to dreams that we had as little kids that I don't think we should ever have to let go of. Because even if dreams change, they're still important. They run who we are as people, and they run who we should be. And I dream to be kind, and I think I have achieved that, but I can always grow to be more.
Thank you, Abby, for that amazing song. That was amazing. Now you're going to hear the final words of the class of 2026 has to offer. But I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Am I mistaken?
Excuse me, Oscar. Okay, so this is a little surprise, but with the help of Oscar, we worked some magic, and I'm getting to introduce the young woman who will be giving you all a phenomenal farewell address, Sarah Foreman. I truly could not think of a better person to represent and inspire the student body here today at graduation. Sarah, time and time again, exhibits qualities that are treasured throughout our community. She is a natural leader, seen in her many captaincies throughout high school, two-year captain of the soccer team and Model UN, along with captain of hockey and lacrosse. Sarah also has major success in cow showing, specifically at the World Dairy Expo, winning Reserve Intermediate Champion. Yet moo! That was a moo, not a boo, by the way. Yet somehow, with all those extracurriculars, she is still extremely proficient in her studies, seen by her teachers as she was recognized as Student of the Month. I would also like to highlight Sarah's compassionate nature. She always is uplifting those around her. Plus, as some of you may know, Sarah is extremely humble. She won't brag or boast. Honestly, if you were to ask her about herself right now, I don't think she would tell you half the things I'm saying here today. Part of where that stems from is she never thinks she's inherently than any other single person. Her values are centered around community, human rights, and selflessness. I'm so incredibly lucky to have found a person like Sarah Foreman to call my best friend and my second family. Sarah, while Wisconsin and New Jersey may be over 14 hours by car, I will only be one phone call away and will cherish every second I hear your voice. Now, you will hear the final words from the class of 2026 has to offer from Lebanon High School, and we couldn't be better represented by than Sarah Foreman.
Well, that wasn't the person who I was anticipating to thank for the introduction. So thank you, Peyton, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. Like Peyton said, my name is Sarah, and I'm truly honored to have been selected to deliver today's farewell address. However, before I begin, can we please admire the tireless work of all the custodial staff, teachers, and administrators in making this event a success. It truly is an impressive feat to make 160 teenagers sit silently for almost 2 hours, so thank you so much. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Mr. Smith and anyone else who had to deal with my older 3 siblings and myself. I promise I'm the last foreman to walk these halls on this one. I would also like to recognize the families, friends, and supporters who are sitting in the audience today. Without your guidance and unwavering support, I can confidently say each and every graduate would not cross the stage today. For my family, many of whom have traveled far to be here today, thank you. Thank you for being an inspiration, unfailingly supporting me at every step for the past 18 years. Specifically to my Gramps, a person who has written thousands of short stories for our family, perfectly combining complex life lessons alongside personal anecdotes in the most eloquent way. Thank you for being a mentor. Through your influence, I hope to embody maybe just an ounce of your wisdom in this speech. And finally, to the Lebanon High School class of 2026, congratulations, we made it. After 4 years and roughly 720 days since we first walked through the doors of Lebanon High School, we have reached this moment. We have completed the required 20 credits, but our accomplishments extend far beyond. We have completed 268 extended learning opportunities, participated in national science Olympiad competitions, built meaningful relationships, and somehow are still standing today. At this point, I'm sure many of us are eager to leave our seats and walk out of LHS for the final time. However, before that can happen, you'll have to endure one last speech. With that, I would like to thank my fellow graduates for entrusting me with the honor of delivering this address. Despite the very legitimate concern that I might spend the next 5 minutes explaining why the Guernsey cow is the best breed of dairy cattle, fortunately, I can put those fears to rest. Today, we will only be discussing the musical Hamilton, who I know everyone loves. There's a line from Hamilton that many of us know. I am not throwing away my shot. At its surface, it describes an immigrant new to the 13 colonies, hungry to participate in the Revolutionary War. However, at its heart, the words are ambitious, confident, and fearless. Though many of us have sung this line on buses returning from sporting events until our voices were hoarse, or in the mirrors before a show to gain the confidence to perform, the weight of its words often went unnoticed. We sing these words full of confidence, knowing which line follows, what the next note is. But in life, those guarantees will not be there. Nothing is certain. Well, besides the genius of Lin-Manuel Miranda. Thank you for Moana. And over the last 2 weeks, I'm sure that feeling of uncertainty has been experienced by each and every one of the graduates, alongside a multitude of emotions, perhaps excitement, nervousness, and maybe even a bit of regret. Regret for the things we did not do. Regret for not dancing at the international dinner or going to that Lebanon versus Hanover hockey game. Lament for not fully living life over these past 4 years. Because often regret does not lie in failure. It lies in silence and inactivity. Looking back, we see the timid freshmen, or even the slightly more mature seniors. We were often afraid of standing out or being made fun of or taking the abnormal path. But for those fellow graduates who had the joy of spending freshman English class with me, remember that to write a thesis, one needs to make eggs. It is okay to take the abnormal route, to think differently, because many of the most important moments in life begin awkwardly outside of the norm. Introducing yourself is awkward. Acting out Shakespeare is awkward. But look at us now. Just last week, we wrote, directed, and performed 3 separate Shakespeare plays. While many of those experiences begin with that discomfort, those moments shape us. And maybe that is why this class is so unique. Again and again, even in the face of adversity, from a pandemic disrupting our middle school experience to the no cell phone policy enacted this past year, this class chose to do something, to act. Whether it was through Interact Club making over 14,000 meals, performing a full circus on stage, leading teams to championships, shout out girls tennis just last night, or mentoring younger students through simply being a big buddy and showing kindness to one another in quiet moments, this class continually chose action. And that brings me to a mantra from Harry Chapin, a musician from the 1970s who dedicated his life to bettering the world around him, and who I'm sure many of the parents in the audience may not even recognize his name, but his mantra, when in doubt, do something. Because the truth is, life after high school is uncertain. In this day and age, there's so much complexity in the world. Doubt and fear seem to loom on everyone's doorstep while the world changes constantly and consistently. But for those of us sitting on this stage tonight, whether we are heading to work, college, the military, or somewhere completely unexpected, we will bring light into those places, even when we feel lost. Because that is what not throwing away your shot truly means. It is not about never being afraid or vulnerable. It is about refusing to let fear or society make your choices for you. That is the spontaneity of life, the ability to choose, adapt, and overcome. And when we do feel lost, because we will, remember those simple words. When in doubt, do something. When in doubt, apply for that opportunity. When in doubt, introduce yourself. When in doubt, help somebody. When in doubt, take the chance. Look back at the past 4 years. Every school year began with Mr. Smith's "Be kind to each other and apply yourself" speeches. Every morning in AP World History began with Miss Valerie's "Welcome, Humes." We would see this in clubs, on stages, athletic fields, and in quiet acts of kindness that never made the headlines. But time and time again, someone chose to act, to introduce themselves, to do something. And that choice inspired someone else to do the same. For 4 years, this class has shown what happens when people choose action over hesitation, kindness over indifference, and courage over comfort. The one thing that is certain is that life is unpredictable. At times awkward and challenging, but at other moments it is beautiful and enlightening. And although we leave this building today uncertain of exactly what comes next, I hope we leave knowing one thing: we are capable of achieving anything. So as we step into the next chapter of our lives, remember this. If you don't want to throw away your shot, you need to act. Take the first step, even in uncertainty, even when the answers are unclear. Keep moving forward, keep trying, and always remember, when in doubt, do something. So congratulations, class of 2026. Whatever comes next, continue to meet it with the same ambition, kindness, and the courage to never throw away your shot. Thank you.
Amazing poem. Amazing poem. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Now, just one more time, thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations to our class of 2026.
Totally impressed, always, every year. Kids do such a great job. Every day we learn so much from our students, and you can tell from their speeches today how lucky we are to have spent time with this class. Dr. Robinson and I made the decision 11 years ago to turn the majority of the commencement ceremony over to our students, and our faith in them was well placed. You have all done a great job representing the class of 2026. As we conclude, I would like to remind you all behind me to take care of each other. Watch out for one another. Make keeping in touch a priority. Don't pretend you can live your life on your own. You never have, and you never will. As we reach the end of this ceremony, I would like to congratulate all the families. Your children have done good work and deserve to be celebrated. I would like to recognize the staff members who will be leaving this year. We have 3 retirements: Marguerite Ames, Crystal Battis, and Lindley Schutz. We will miss Brett Nichols. In addition, Ann Sharfstein is moving to the middle school after many years at LHS. All of you will be missed. I would like to give a special thank you to everyone who worked hard all year to provide tonight's substance-free party at the CCBA. Project Grad is a long-standing Lebanon tradition, and we know our students are looking forward to all you have planned. To all the parents who engaged in numerous fundraising events, to the Lebanon community who supported them, and to those of you who made contributions, thank you. After the ceremony, when you pick up your diplomas by the fence, you will find an envelope with notes from your former teachers and supporters. We are all proud of you, and we hope these notes will remind you of that. We held our senior awards night on Monday evening. We extend our sincere gratitude to the individuals and community organizations that provided these generous awards. Family and community members, 2 copies of tonight's commencement program, as well as 2 copies of the Senior Awards Night program will be available in each student's senior packet that contains their diploma. If you're interested in extra copies, please come by the school on Friday. These programs include names of all the awards, presenters, and recipients. It also includes our community donors, to whom we are especially grateful. I would like to thank several people, and as always, I appreciate your patience, and we are almost done, and you can celebrate with your family and friends. My fellow administrators, Bonnie Robinson, Colin Tyndall, and Ben Davis, thank you. A thank you to Superintendent Amy Allen, Director of Academics, Engagement and of Opportunity, Karen Dubois, and all the SAU 88 staff. Thank you to School Board Chair Lil Mon and the members of the Lebanon School Board. McKenna Tevens has done a phenomenal job this whole year with planning the senior events. You are a remarkable class advisor, and we are lucky to have you. I would like to, yes. So along with thanking McKenna, I would like to thank Sheena, who does so much, Sheena Youngman, Pam Spalding, Amy Akron, and Amy Nickerson for all they do, our administrative assistants. None of this happens without them. Thank you to the maintenance and custodial staff who always get more than they bargain for in a week like this, and so they are awesome. And it is because of their hard work that we're here having access to this beautiful setting. Thanks to Katie and Finn for being the class marshals, and to Will Connell for his address. That class marshal business, a lot more to it than meets the eye. Special thanks to Shannon Aragides and Dom DeFrancisco for their assistance with the music. Thanks to the LHA's choir and band. And special thanks to our student participants. You all helped make today's ceremony really special, so thank you to all of you. Catherine and Finn, will you please direct the class of 2026 to stand? Not bad. Coming up, that's the next section, Peyton. You may now switch your tassels. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Lebanon High School class of 2026. This year, the class will recess to their class song, Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Be well, and thank you. that an angel? Or fun? My wife and son's wedding. I can dance. I'm just like precedence. All right. Let's put it on rerun here. Replay it.
And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide went down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, when the landslide brings down, oh, the landslide brings down. Took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can a child within my heart